If this were the 90s, instead of Googling, you'll be back rubbing to find information on the internet. And instead of hopping on Amazon to buy almost any product in the world, imagine browsing a site called Cadabra. And if you're a football fan, then you'll probably be using a controversial racial slur to describe one of the most mediocre football teams in NFL history. So what am I getting at? Many businesses change their names for different reasons all of the time. And sometimes as new business owners, we may start off thinking we picked the perfect name, but we can quickly find that our perfect name isn't as perfect as we thought.
Holy moly, donut shop.
I mean, seriously. Imagine trying to search something on the interweb and you have to back rub it. So if you find yourself in a position where you need to change your business name, then look no further because these steps are going to help you in that process. And the first is to pick out a good name. And this is where a lot of people mess up right out the gate. They spend all this time thinking of some cute, trendy, or catchy name that they don't think about the after effects it may have when it comes to the perception and presentation of your business. So although Holy Moly Donut Shop is catchy and it rolls off the tongue, imagine having to put that on an application every time you apply for a loan or business credit.
Holy moly, donut shop. Holy moly, donut shop. Holy moly, donut shop.
Now, I always suggest that your legal business name should be something broad and not identifying your business to be in a high-risk industry. Why? Well, if you stay broad, then you give your business room to grow and evolve. And picking something specific, for example, a donut shop versus a bakery, can probably stunt the branding growth of your business when you're trying to expand. Now, according to Google, a high-risk industry is one that financial institutions and payment processors typically consider financially volatile for newer small businesses within that industry. Examples of this is credit repair, adult entertainment, cannabis, real estate, and even some travel agencies. Being in a high-risk industry can potentially make it extremely hard to get startup funding and credit. So instead of naming your business Jackson's Weed Shop, consider something like Jackson's Enterprises. And if that's not catchy enough for the brand that you want to build, then you may want to try considering using a DBA. Real quick, a DBA stands for Doing Business As. Simply put, it's kind of like a nickname for your company. And just like a person can have a lot of nicknames, you can have many DBAs for your one business. Look at it like this. When you were born, most likely your parents gave you an official name that's on your birth certificate. This would be considered your official business name. Now, over the years, your family may only call you by your nickname, and they probably see you as some wholesome child that never gets in trouble, right? But then you may have another nickname amongst your friend circle, and they may think that you're the wildest of the bunch. Either way, you're still the same person whose name is on the birth certificate. But with each nickname, people may know your personality as someone different, i.e. your DBA. So it's perfectly fine if your business name is Jackson's Enterprise and your DBA is Jackson's Weed Shop. And if you want to, you can get another DBA and name it the Dragon's Puff. That's all up to you. And so now that you've regrouped and came up with a new business name, you'll have to notify the state that you changed it. Now, the process for this will vary from state to state, but the gist of it is that you'll have to fill out a change of business name application and pay the appropriate fees. And if you decided on a DBA, you may have to pay a fee to register that as well. But once you do this, don't go easing on down the road thinking that you're done. Because once you're good with your state, then you have to notify the feds of your name change too. And by the feds, I mean the IRS. Now, just because you change your business name, it does not mean that you need a new EIN. You basically only need a new EIN if you're changing your incorporating status, like going from a sole proprietor to an LLC, or if you're merging, splitting, or being acquired by another company. The easiest way to change your name with the IRS is during the time that you file your annual business taxes. With your Form 1120 or 1120S, all you have to do is fill in the form with your new name and simply check the name change box on line E. There's no need for you to use your old business name on this form. But if you've already filed your returns for the year or you just can't wait until then you'll have to write and send a name change letter to the IRS. The contents of this letter is simple. Make sure you include your EIN, the old name and address of your business, indicate that you're changing the name, then add the new name and the address of the business and the date from which the name was changed. The owner or the authorized officer of your business must sign the letter. And don't forget to include a copy of your state's confirmation that the name has been changed. You also want to ask them to send you a confirmation that they have indeed updated and changed the business name in their records. Now, there's no set template for this letter. But if you need one, then you can join my free Facebook group and I'll have it in the file section. You can find the link in the description. So now that the state knows your new business name and the IRS has been notified, it's time to toast and let everybody know your name. What I mean by letting everyone know your name is that you'll have to notify your bank so they can update their records. All of your pre-existing business accounts and vendors will need to be updated too. You'll have to update your business documents like your operating agreement. And most importantly, your customers are going to need to know too. Now, another huge item that you may need to change because it trips up a lot of small business owners for not choosing the proper one is the business address. And if you're not 100% sure that you have the correct type of address, then check out this video right here where I go over how to choose the right address for your business. So I'm Ty, that was Little Square Biz, and I'm out.